So we're having a nice, lovely sunny day. The chickens are singing, and it's time to start digging up potatoes. I've been waiting for this for a while. We had Hurricane Larry roll through a little while ago, a few days ago, and everything got nice and soggy, and I've been waiting for it to warm up just enough and dry out enough that I'm not digging up muddy potatoes. So today, that's the mission. See if I can dig up all of my potatoes and hope that I get 3 buckets or more of potatoes from my little patch. So we're going to start over here. These are the blue potatoes. Look at that. So this is my second row of blue potatoes. I was bleeding heart. Look at that. That's a nice potato. Look at that. Here's some lovely potatoes. Too bad I put the pitchfork through this one. A lot of small stuff here, but there's some nice bigger stuff too. It's important to remember to get even the little ones like this up out of the ground, because next year, that's your seeds. And if you don't pull them now, next year they're going to grow. So it seems that's all my blue skin potatoes. I'll go back over it a little later and make sure I didn't miss anything, but that seems to be it. So I got 2 more rows of whites left to go. Let's see what that produces. Look at that potato. Gotta say, I'm kind of disappointed. I've now pulled all my potatoes, or the at least main beds. I still have a few strays in different pots around the garden. But for the most part I did worse this year than last year. I have some bigger potatoes, decent size. Last year I got a lot of potatoes, but there was a lot of marbles, a lot of little tiny guys this way into it. This year I got some pretty decent potatoes, but this is my 2-bucket harvest for this year. There's a couple of tiny little onions in there that grew from bulbs from last year I didn't intentionally plant. I still have a few spots around the garden to dig through. Let's check, see if I got any potatoes there. But for the most part, this is disappointing. This is not as much as last year, and I at least wanted to do that much. I wanted to at least maintain my levels of 3 to 3.5 buckets. There's no way with the strays I got left around the garden is going to amount to a bucket or a bucket and a half. That's it. Sometimes when you put in your garden, you don't know what you're going to get. Every time you put in your garden, you don't know what you're going to get. And sometimes it comes up shorter than you'd like. You have to learn from it and figure out how you're going to change things, do things differently for next year. I still have carrots and parsnip and turnip to pull to harvest for this year. I'm not doing that today. I'm going to let them sit in the ground longer. I needed to harvest my potatoes because all the stalks had died off a couple of weeks ago. They were past the point that they were producing anything or the potatoes were getting any bigger. It was too late for all of that. So there was nothing left to do but to harvest them. This is what I got. I've said it's a disappointment, but I put in potatoes. I got a return on investment. It's not as much return as I wanted, but I put in a garden and I took the risk. And this is what I got. I'm at least happy that I got something. It's entirely possible that slugs or bugs or disease or fungus could have took my entire crop and I could have had nothing. So while I am disappointed that I didn't get more, I am still kind of happy that I at least got this much. So that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll come back and see me the next time I'm in the shop or the garden creating or harvesting or doing something of interest. And I'll see you in the next video. So this is what happened after I harvested my potatoes. You can't see it because of the small mesh and it's black, but there's a deer fencing net around the area the chickens are now wandering around in, my potato beds. And they're thoroughly enjoying checking for bugs.